we're getting a little bit further into the game now. Kind of more into the important nitty-gritty part. And as you can see, I've got this hill, and he might not know that these units are here, or he may forget in the fray of battle. As you can see, he's trying to flank me here. He's going to try and go and utilize this hill to his advantage. Unfortunately, that's going to cause a little bit of trouble for me, but I see his cavalry are over here. So I'm returning by throwing these Lusitani spearmen at him. They're not the best spearmen, but they'll do a pretty good job at halting the attack. As you can see, I have them in loose formation too, which basically, like I said, just means that they're spread out in order to repel any arrows or projectiles. So my opponent is actually using this hill very well. He's got mercenary Cretan archers on top of this hill, and they are going to wreak. They're going to wreak pretty good havoc on my units here. I mean, they're in loose formation, so some of that will be mitigated, but he did a very good job of utilizing that hill. And something that I honestly kind of messed up. I didn't pay that hill enough respect, but it's okay. His Egyptian archers are fleeing. I believe these are the ones from before. So now I'm preparing, though. I'm preparing for his cavalry, and in turn I have my own cavalry over here, which at this time I don't think I really was paying attention to that. I think I was focused kind of on these guys, getting them in better position to take on the brunt of his army. So these guys are in a little bit of trouble, but overall they're a little bit better unit than the cavalry he's throwing at me. And now I've got my Lusitani spearmen in there, and they're going to do a really good job here at repelling these horsemen. As you can see, they're racking up kills, already at 16, 17, and he did the smart thing, which was to get those out of there. But unfortunately, he still controls this hill. And as long as he controls this hill, it's going to reap pretty good benefits for him in terms of deaths and what I can actually do to control this map and therefore win the game. He's pretty good right now, though. He's spread out, so he's behind me with horsemen, which I'd have to go on a whole thing. But he's given me the opportunity to kind of take out these archers with my horsemen. A bad mistake for him, really. Probably one of his biggest mess-ups of the game, because these guys are going to, as you can see, they're doing major damage quickly. And he's also doing a smart thing, which is he's really sending his specialty units over here to try and flank me from the side. But basically, he's going to lose these two cavalry units. And now I have my general, which are Lusitani nobles, which are some of the, sturdiest units in the game. These guys do not go down easy. The high morale. He's got these chariots. These things are killer. They've already got 57 kills, and they're tough once they get rolling. But some projectile units can really do good damage to them as well. These veteran shield warriors, these guys are also going to do pretty good against them, especially against these. Well, actually, this will be a kind of close battle, I believe, but I'm gonna ward these cavalry off. And then my focus is still gonna be to try and stop these archers up here because they are spraying down on my units, and very bad. It's not a good position for me right now in this game, other than the fact that I'm controlling over here very well. So he's got his chariots coming in, and right into my Lusitani nobles. And actually, to my utmost surprise, his chariots are getting destroyed. And they didn't do a lot. They took 20 units with them, but this is bad. He's going to lose his general here, which is going to drop the morale of all his units by a ton. I believe in the spaced formation, chariots are less effective, which is definitely something that I don't think he took into consideration. Now, these Lusitani nobles, these guys are going to be very tough to stop. I mean, he's in really big trouble here. Yeah, he lost his general, so these guys are already fleeing. These guys will probably flee too, which is a good unit that he'll lose. So I'm gonna pause it quickly. I'm gonna show you guys what's going on in this part of the battle. I had seen this moment as an opportunity to try and push this flank, but unfortunately, these Canterbury cavalry kind of got sprayed on. That's fine, but as you can see, I'm also moving up this hill in the forest with these Lusitani nobles and these guerrilla warriors. So he's losing ground, and once I control this hill, he's really in trouble. But right now, my primary focus is on this hill as well. So I'm gonna send over these skirmishers. They're still in loose formation, so again, his archers, when they're in loose formation, he won't do as much, but he's not in a formation, so he's gonna get eaten up by these guys. Also, he's got another guy fleeing. His general dying in this game was probably the biggest thing for him, because if his general was still alive, these guys wouldn't be fleeing right now. He'd be in better control. I forgot to mention to you guys the guys that I was hiding back there. I believe I took them out. These are them. My Lusitani nobles have 103 kills. They are absolutely shredding him apart, and he knows he's in trouble here. I want to take this moment to explain to you guys why he's not moving these guys up. Pikemen are often used to just hold positions, and if you have cavalry and other specialty units like the chariots, you can just use these to hold the position and, you know, flank around and do other things. But ultimately, pikemen, they're pretty unversatile. He's not really going to be able to lead any strong attacks with them. So both my guy and his guy are both fleeing. That's fine. My Iberian skirmisher, it's not really my primary concern right now. His guys fleed. My Lusitani nobles are shredding everyone with 140 kills, and yeah, it's gonna be a big problem for him. Although there's only 23 of them left, but now, as you can see, that with the flashing, both his guys are fleeing. They're taking shots from these slingers. They'll probably flee pretty quickly. And it's turning into my battle here. Now my units are finally able to kind of have the luxury to start picking apart these pikemen. And they're already fleeing. So these Balearic Slingers are very good units. I mean, they exceed expectations. Yeah, he's taking heavy losses here. So what he's doing now is he's just kind of going forward. I think he doesn't really know what to do here. He's kind of screwed. He's got no cavalry left. He's just basically out pikemen, so he's going to try and lead an offensive attack to not just have them sitting ducks to my slingers, but ultimately I think he forgets or he doesn't notice that I have these Lusitani nobles that have been hiding for this specific moment, and they are going to wreak havoc among these pikemen on the downhill and on the charge, making them even more effective. And as you can see, he's already fleeing, and it won't be long before our units are fleeing. He's also pushing up here too. These Lusitani nobles are going to wreak havoc, but unfortunately there's two units of pikemen here, so it's going to be a little more difficult. Show you guys some of this battle action. Kind of just scrambling around now. As you can see, my archers and my slingers still are parading away at him. And his formation is all but completely gone. Lusitani nobles are jumping back into action. They've got a respectable 155 kills now, so they're just destroying. My Lusitani nobles here were routed though, so. But I think he's neglecting these guys over here, and he's forgetting that. Oh, see, now he's moving them. Basically, these slingers are going to do an all-right job of trying to try and stop them, but it's going to be tough in the forest. They're not going to be quite as accurate and quite as on point as they would be in an open field or like a terrain like the desert. You're starting to move them down this hill, which I think was a mistake. I think they could have taken out these Balearic Slingers, but I think his fear was these Lusitani nobles right here, that they would come up and rout his only soldiers left. But he could have had a legitimate chance if he hadn't done that. If he had just kept on keeping on and killed these Balearic Slingers, could have been a way different game plan. But now he's just taking heat from these guys, from these guys. These nobles are coming up. I'm starting to consolidate my force. He thinks he's going to be sneaky with these Cretan archers, who, by the way, aren't very effective, other than doing what they do with the archers. But he's not. I see him. These Balearic Slingers are out of ammo. And I think that's going to be a win for my guys. Also, my general's making his way downtown. As you can see, my guys look terrible. I mean, they look absolutely winded. They look tired, but they are still fighting. I believe his guys were routed. No, they weren't. I just decided that these guys were a bigger threat, these pikemen. He's gonna flee over here. He's gonna take massive damage over here. Kind of just looking at them down this hill. And this is gonna be bad for him. His force is all but gone over here, other than these pikemen. But again, as far as attacking goes, the pikemen are quite ineffective. So you'd have to attack up a hill. So it'd be pretty tough for him. And plus we have slingers that are gonna basically rout his guys pretty quickly. Which is exactly what's happening. These guys are routing. And this battle's getting close to being done. I'm kind of charging these Balearic Slingers again. I'm just trying to push them over the edge to make them root, which is exactly what they're doing. They're routing, and now he is in deep, deep trouble. He's only got these 2 units left, and I've got these, including almost a full unit of Lusitani nobles with 206 kills. And surprise, surprise, I have a unit back here that's almost completely full that I was saving. I'm gonna put the speed forward a little bit, and you see he's gonna go over this hill. It's kind of his only chance at this point. You see, I really don't think it was a very good decision. He's just trying to shield from the archers. He doesn't know how few arrows I have left, but these guys are basically out of arrows, and if he had known that, he might have played it a little differently. So I let these guys be seen, and he capitalized on that. He's going to go take him out. Frankly, I thought that this full unit would be able to take these pikemen, but I was not correct, and they got beat up badly. However, after not too long, see, he has them boxed in, so they're in deep trouble. But these Balearic Slingers come to the rescue, and they're going to do a pretty good job of hitting his pikemen in the back. These pikemen units really struggle when they're hit in the back, especially when they're in pike formation. It's going to get even worse because we've still got arrows. Just going to peck away at them. And it's going to come down to, really what it's come down to this entire time, these Lusitani nobles. And they're basically going to put them to bed. Yeah. So he knows he's in big trouble here. These guys are fleeing already. And as we know, these Lusitani nobles do not play around. They are absolutely amazing. 230 kills. 240 kills. And it's only a matter of time here. And that's how we do it. And the final stats.